In this video, we will finish the waistband details. We cover how to arrange and stitch the belt loops. Let's load the Save Snapshot. Let's add the belt loops. In the 2D window, we have the belt loop pattern. There are notches and internal lines on the waistband and on the leg patterns. We can use them as guides to stitch the belt loops. Firstly, we need to create the other belt loops. Based on the technical drawing, there are 5 belt loops in total. We want the belt loops to be symmetrical, so it's easier to stitch the belt loops to the leg patterns. There is only one asymmetrical belt loop. This is the center back belt loop. Back to VStitcher. To create 2 belt loop copies, select the belt loop piece and use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+C for a PC or Command+C for a Mac. Then Ctrl+V for a PC or Command+V for a Mac. Another option is to right-click and use Clone Shape Only. This belt loop will be the one closest to the center back. For the 2 copies we've created, we need to create X symmetry for the other side. Select the belt loop from the wearer's front left and create X symmetry. Place the symmetrical copy next to the wearer's front right side of the waistband. Select the belt loop for the wearer's back left. Create X symmetry. Place the symmetrical copy next to the wearer's back right side of the waistband. Next, arrange the patterns into the back low waist cluster, together with the waistband patterns. Since we arranged the patterns along the waistband, the Arrange mode shows belt loops in the order they will connect to the waistband. To be sure we keep the proper layout, marquee select the belt loops by clicking and dragging. Select and drag the belt loops into the back low waist cluster. Let's move the belt loops into their own cluster. Click to add new cluster in the back low waist. Control or Command click to select all belt loop pieces in cluster 1, then drag them to cluster 2. Now we can arrange the belt loops separately from the waistband in the 3D window. If you need more time to create and arrange the belt loops, pause the lesson here. Now we adjust the position of the belt loops in the 3D window to be as close as possible to the edges they will be stitched to. Next, adjust the 3D layers so that they are simulated above the waistband and leg patterns. The highest layer we have for the leg patterns is layer 6, so we change all the belt loop patterns to be layer 7. We need to stitch the belt loops to the waistband. The waistband patterns are not symmetrical, so we must stitch both sides. Remember to flip the stitch if needed. We need to stitch the belt loops to the bottom of the waistband. We do not have corner points for where the belt loops stitch to the lower edge of the waistband. We will need to match the stitch length to align with the notches on the top of the waistband. Stitch the bottom of the belt loop to the bottom edge of the waistband. Remember to flip your stitch. We can then match the stitch length. Click and drag the needle head to align the stitch with the notches along the waistband edge. We can also manually match the stitch length by dragging the point of the stitch to snap to the indicated point. Next, we stitch the internal line of the belt loop to the internal lines on the leg patterns. We can move the belt loop closer to the pant leg for stitching. Complete stitching the belt loops. To help simulate the belt loops properly, let's make the internal lines fold lines. Selecting the internal lines, check the Line Properties option for folds. We need the bottom of the belt loop to fold inward. To do this, we use the Advanced drop-down to change the prepare angle. We add a negative in front of the angle. In the 3D window, we ensure the fold direction is correct. If the fold is going the wrong direction, click Invert Fold Direction. We also check that all the stitches are done correctly. Take a moment to review that the belt loop fold lines and stitching are correct. Dress to simulate the belt loops. Finish the simulation and save a manual snapshot. Save your file before moving on to the next lesson.